Welcome. This is Barry Jones from Angelic Wisdom, and we're here for our monthly Angelscope for the sign of Pisces for the month of October 2022. So welcome back, Pisces. You know, you gotta be. This has to be special, right? Because this is us. We're all Pisces, and so we're family here, right? And so I'd like to welcome all of you who are returning to this monthly series, and to also welcome any Pisces fellow Pisces out there who are viewing this channel for the very first time. I'm going to really make this part short because I've already introduced a lot of this in the general monthly reading. So first of all, note that that link to that reading is the first one you should come across in the description area below this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you do that. Select the all notification bell, like, dislike, and leave comments. Network. Let people know who you are. Maybe there's someone near you that you can connect with, Pisces. And boy, don't we need that, right, Pisces? Also, if you would like an angel reading with me at the end of this video, you can contact me at theangelschool.com/services. There you could select the first time promotional offer, which is my discounted hourly rate. It's available unlimited, as this is my 10th anniversary year on YouTube. If you'd like to just support the channel, my PayPal me link for the Angelic Wisdom is also below. And any amount, no matter how small, is greatly appreciated. Just really enjoy the receiving the support and the encouragement. The cards below format, the card in the center will be the Archangel that will be working with us this month, and then the cards on either side are from your guardian angel, and this card represents the Major Arcana, major lessons and themes. This represents the Minor Arcana, how that lesson might be unfolded in your day-to-day awareness. Okay, so Pisces, let's take a deep breath together. And they're writing for us to really connect into the earth right now. And they're also writing opal. And I don't think I have any opal. But if you have opal, this is a crystal that you might want to work with this month. But let's just really just place your attention on the energy beneath your feet, your Earth Star chakra. And just really allow yourself to connect deep into hollow earth. And so I'm getting a sense about this earth that, you know, we need to be really grounded emotionally, this especially this month of October for us. And so this might also mean really doing work for the planet, really working with earth energies in any way that you can connect with, like gardening, going for walks in nature, sitting in a park bench or near a tree, or sitting right up underneath the tree, next to the tree, walking barefoot, making sure that you're eating a very grounding diet, or I'm not going to get into what kind of things, but like the roots would be just really good for giving us that earth energy, but that's only if that works with your body, right? They're also writing expenses, so we need to be a little bit more grounded in terms of our expenses. So don't go overboard. Don't obsess, is what they're writing. Like you're obsessed about something this month, or you might get really obsessed about it. Could be because I also was seeing love too. So just be careful not to let yourself get obsessed. And I know that word I hope you're hearing the way I'm saying it. Um, because it kind of feels like it has different meanings. I almost kind of got jolted out of that meaning in the way I said it. But we just kind of get a little obsessed. Like you focus on something, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna do that. Oh, I want that, and you can't think about anything else. So you get it, and then when you get it, because you didn't really you're not really thinking about it. You're thinking about it, but you're not thinking, right? You're not thinking with your rational mind. You're thinking with this fantasy or this ideal of what this might do for you, but that's fantasy, that's not thinking. And we often don't get the difference between thinking and fantasy. We think because we're fantasizing, we're thinking about it. All you're doing is making up this fake scenario in your head, and you make yourself push through the reality, like you just barrel through the reality that you're in, and clumsily and stumbling around, and once you get it, it's almost like I can imagine somebody like racing to the store, and then they race in there, and a whole bunch of people looking for it. You get your hands on it, and it's like, darn, is this what I went for this? It's not even, doesn't even really fulfill me in the way I thought, because it was a fantasy. So make sure that you're really grounded. Make sure you're thinking about things that are going to add to the value of who you are, and to your gifts, and the way that you want to make contributions. Make sure that you're bringing people into your life that really that are really there to support you. Like this is a mutual equal partnership or friendship or relationship, or love relationship. Make sure that it's not all the hype of the fantasy, and yeah. So, but make sure, particularly with your expenses, that you're being mindful, that you're really thinking about the nature of what this expense might actually be able to do for you. Sometimes there are things that they can only do but what they were created to do. And you might be able to think of a few different ways, but definitely make sure it's reality that you're putting this, the context that you're putting this in. They're also writing the word excessive. So you need to figure out where you are being excessive. Like, you're just buying too much of this. Or they're also talking about sex, lowercase, because when they do uppercase, this is about a spiritual connection. And it doesn't even have to be physical sex, but it's just that you're spiritually connecting with someone. It's just my symbol for that. But this is the lower one. So make sure that you're inviting people into your body that can respect your body, right? So, and that this is something that is going to be sustainable, and accept when it's not going to be that. But if you're going to do it, just be real about what it is. In every circumstance, I feel like we need to get really real with ourselves. It's okay to enjoy yourself, but be real. The writing word like sensation, like our sensations are very hyper, what's the word I'm looking for? Hypersensitive. So that hypersensitivity is sort of an ungrounded ness. So if you find yourself like hypersensitive, like a smell, oh my God, and I'm like, but and it's a part of our gift, but still be aware, because you might walk out of there with, oh, this candle, oh, this food, and you spent money. Like, oh, I don't have money to spend. Rational mind's like, this is your budget, but you smell this food, you're, oh my God, oh, I gotta have that. And now, boom, that your money's gone again. Swipe, swipe, swipe. So just be mindful of your expenses. All right, let's take a look at the archangel that we're working with in this month. So here comes Archangel Jophiel, the crown chakra, who works with the crown chakra, and he's the archangel of wisdom. So he's really coming through. I felt like in a very, sort of this minor arcana way. On a day-to-day, he wants you to be real. He wants you to be wise about your actions, because your actions do have consequences. And one of the biggest consequences to an emotional Pisces, whose emotions can be all over the place, is that it will totally shift your energy, your vibration. You could be on a high flying disc and then end up on the lowest one all of a sudden. So what he's asking you is to protect your energy, to be wise about your actions so that you can remain in a positive state of awareness. He says, act with wisdom, use information for the highest good. Also, I'm getting about that for you is trust your gut, listen to your intuition. So get grounded so that when your sensitivity is activated, that you're using it as information, helping you to tune in to the frequency and discern whether or not this is right for you, that this is centered in wholeness, that is going to really, when I keep thinking about that word earth, about manifestation, fruition, it is time for you to bring in the things that have mattered to you, that are part of your soul's priority, that helps you to thrive in this physical world and its systems. All right, so let's take a look at the card from the Major Arcana. It's the Star card. So this is a very positive card in terms of you feeling inspired, like and you feeling as though there's a chance here for you to feel successful in that it feels like you're giving back. And it's really important to you whose feelings are so clear, when you feel like you don't feel good, you feel depressed, it's like because you're not being of service in some way. Your life is not making a difference or to you or others. So really pay attention to where you want to give, where you want to build, what long-term goals you have. Because this is also a card of a journey, sort of like a long-term destination, and like this idea of traveling, following the star kind of thing. And so there might be a long-term goal or goal that you've had for a very long time that you really wanted to fulfill, that you really wanted to be successful within. And so this might be coming up to you. And if you're expending your energy in all these frivolous ways, then this is why you can not really feel like you're truly expressing yourself, or you're being truly heard, or that you're really making an impact. So we got to get control of our energy by being more grounded and making sure that we understand the difference between thinking and fantasizing, because fantasizing is not thinking. It's not based in reality. and you'll always be disappointed, and it'll be like a waste of energy. It'll feel like that to you, although there's always something to learn, right, from everything. All right, let's see how this plays out in your day-to-day awareness. So, the cards are really powerful here. Like, you're just going to have a lot of enthusiasm. You're going to have a lot of creative ideas. You're going to really feel this push to really get launch some of your important goals and your dreams. So you're going to really be goal oriented in this month. And that's kind of contradictory to what we were talking about, but it's not, because of our tendency is not to be earthbound when we do these things. We tend to be more, sort of fantasy, imagination, and never bringing it into any kind of concrete form with action. So you have here all the right elements within you. You have all the right ideas. Your goals and your everything you're thinking about it's just spot on. The only difference is you're always spot on, but you now have to take it and put it into action. So be thinking about practicalities, like what can I do? And the writing, don't be excessive. Again, don't blow things out of proportion. Don't put more on yourself than is necessary. Like, again, stop with the fantasy and really think things through, because it doesn't have to be as grand as what your fantasy is telling you. So I would say if it's too grand and you get overwhelmed and you just get, and that grandeur throws you back into the fantasy world where you just spend your time daydreaming and not actually taking action because it's too much to do. I get this. When I used to do my shows at my school, I had this grand idea in my head of how this was going to look, and I was still doing it. But the thing about it was, the way it came out, everybody loved it, like really loved it. But for me, it was less than half than what I wanted, probably because of the funds that we had. And it just wasn't what it was in my imagination. But if my imagination wasn't what it was, then it wouldn't have been what it was to everybody else in the practical way, which was excellent. So I also learned that from this situation, that when I'm reaching for something like that, but see, that was different because I was doing it for the children. But when it comes to yourself, you don't give yourself a break and you don't let yourself off the hook. You don't get real. And so you end up doing nothing. So this is something they don't want to happen, because this is the pattern that you keep tripping over it, and you end up going back to the beginning and starting all over again, and ending up where you end up, and then going back to the beginning, and it just gets to be depressing after a while, right? So they're asking you to really trust, but trust in reality too, in the sense that you got to translate this somehow into something that's practical and real that you'll be able to accomplish. And it can't be done by yourself. So I'm not saying that your big dream can't happen, but you definitely need to trust yourself and what you're capable of doing, to know that if you want to go for that, you're going to have to include others who are capable of helping you pull off that grand idea in your head. And that's what you need, but you need to be practical, learn how to be practical first in order to get there. All right, so remember, wise actions. So I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a beautiful month of October, Pisces. God bless us all.